guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are here on the big stage at a very special booth here within the Chicago Auto Show. What booth are we at? Subaru's, because obviously we have something all new. This is the updated, redesigned 2026 Subaru Forester Wilderness Edition. But before we get into this compact crossover with all-wheel drive credibility, let's talk about what's going on here. So the Wilderness trim has become very popular across Subaru's lineup of vehicles, whether you're going Crosstrek, Outback, or Forester. Now what's fascinating is it doesn't seem that long ago when they brought the Forester Wilderness trim out, but they're ready to bring changes with the new generation. Now the Forester's been around since 1998 here in the United States, if you could believe that. But one thing is certain, people are really gravitating towards their SUVs being more off-road capable. So what I want to find out is, if you're looking for the best new one that has the off-road credentials, do you go with the Forester Wilderness? Let's go ahead, let's dive into this one and find out. Now right off the bat, this particular one being white is not the traditional color. Geyser blue is the traditional color available for the Wilderness Edition, but I'm really digging this sort of stormtrooper look, especially with our foresty background. Now at the front of the business, you see the new face of the Forester, your LED daytime running lamps, LED projector beam headlight, and then with the Wilderness, you're getting more of that flat black that's gonna take a better beating. We have our Gatling gun LED fog lamp, and I like the way they brought some metallic silver to the lower bumper portion. But I really feel with this new generation, it is a clean design, bringing that Forester design, overall bumper cladding into the body. And it's not like they just stuck it on and just forgot about it. It was all about integrating it more cleanly. Now, as we come across the new grille on our Wilderness trim, you have your Subaru badge. So much history with the Constellation there. Remember, Subaru has been available in North America since 1969, and it was all because of Malcolm Bricklin, who brought the brand to North America. On the bottom portion, you have full functionality, forward-facing camera. I wish there was a washer there, so that's gonna be a zonk, but I love the way they put the Rocky Mountain Range. That's a little Easter egg, 2 points for me. Of course, we have a little bit of that nice pearlescent white with our flat black, and then you have more functionality on the bottom. Now, underneath here, you do have your metal skid plates to protect the underside belly of this vehicle, but it's gonna be interesting to see how this competes with vehicles like the Toyota RAV4 TRD. That's gonna be one of the competitors, because this is a compact, not a midsize. Now, as we rise up, you are gonna get your flat black anti-glare hood stripe. There's that crystal pearlescent white paint. And I love the way that they kind of made it a little bit better than just making it rectangle. They gave it to some style, but this really does cut on glare that hits the hood from when you're behind the wheel when you're doing your off-roading. Now, ground clearance, we're up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. That's the most of any Forester before it, and it is more than the outgoing Forester Wilderness. So we actually have more ground clearance underneath. Now, coming around the bend, if we have a new look, we have new wheels and tires. So I'm really digging 17-inch wheel, flat black, really has that nice, almost like a method racing wheel style to it. You got the Subaru badge in the center, our Yokohama Geo Landing all-terrain tires. These are a great tire to give you some better grip when you're going off-road, but you also could daily drive this with no problem. We have our new suspension that's on the Forester. Remember, to give us a better ride, but also the chassis has been stiffened with extra bonding adhesive to not allow all the creaks and shakes to enter into the cabin. That's actually gonna make it better for going off-roading. And then you'll notice how they did the flat black around the fender opening. Nothing too obnoxious. I like the way they bring a little style to it. And you do have functionality on the side there. I'll actually have Lori swing around and show you that venting that's built into the cladding. So nice to have that. And to be honest with you, with this being more of an off-road Forester, you're not gonna wanna get that pretty white paint scratched up. Great placement on the Subaru Wilderness badge. Remember, that is part of the package. You do have flat black on your mirror caps with your LED turn signals. Up top, you're gonna have your roof rack. Now, what's great about this roof rack, you get your crossbars. When the vehicle is static, a lot of people like the Overland. When the vehicle is static, you could actually put 800 pounds of weight up there. So that means you could get your roof tent and sleep on the roof of your Forester Wilderness. Color match on the door handles, and then more of that flat black with the Forester name. I really like the way they do that with the gold. And remember, gold goes back to the Subaru World Rally Championship days when you had the blue with the gold, but nice to see the gold. You also get the gold accents up top with our flat black raised roof rails. And look at the way they're doing the symmetrical all-wheel drive. Really, really well done on the backside. Coming to the tail end of the business, you have your roof spoiler. All Subarus have an exposed wiper, so we're not gonna zonk that, but you do get your full LED lighting up top. That is a bulb down there though. I'm gonna have to zonk that turn signal bulb. Thomas Edison is rolling over in his grave right now. The Subaru Wilderness badge. No more badging for Forester. They actually stamp it right into the lift gate, and then working our way down, just like on the Crosstrek, the smallest of the different Wilderness versions, they have the Subaru name stamped nicely in the back. You actually pop these gold covers off, and there's recovery tow hooks for the back and for the front, and then you'll see just how much ground clearance you have with your single exhaust outlet on the side there. Now, what is underneath the hood? You're still gonna have your 2.5 liter flat four naturally aspirated engine, puts out around 184 horsepower, and it's mated to a CVT transmission. So they didn't make any major changes with the drivetrain. But you still have your great towing capability and of course a symmetrical all-wheel drive. But let's get inside and see what the Wilderness is bringing to the Forester. All right guys, we are inside this 2026 Subaru Forester Wilderness Edition. I know you're saying, well, Joe, how much is this Wilderness Edition? No official pricing yet, but like I said, they are bringing more capability when it comes to the off-roading capability with this Forester Wilderness Edition. So we'll have to wait and see what the pricing is, but let's see what changes they brought for 2026 to the door panels. I love the clean style, soft touch everywhere. You have that sort of gold contrast stitching with your little Subaru Wilderness tag there. Just a nice little touch. No gloss black. The door pocket is really tight. So the most you're gonna get in there is one MRE, one military grade MRE, and a bottle of Celsius to keep you alive. We got the Harman Kardon sound system. And then going from the door panel to the dash, I love the way they bring some texture into the party here. The gold stitching. Look at the way they did this trim. This is real. They should have put more of this on the door panel. That's how good it looks. Even on the sides here where you're not really paying attention, more stitching. Now, you're still gonna get that 11.6 inch portrait style infotainment system screen. I can't turn it on because we're at the auto show on the display, the actual display, but it does have all the buttons for the AC are in the screen except temperature. So I wish they would change that up, but you have a real volume knob, tuning knob, your AC vents, USB-C, USB-A, aux jack, and wireless charging. This right here with the gold is going to control that CVT. 2 cup holders, and look, we actually have a bottle in here. I'm actually going to pause and have a drink. Quench my thirst with some H2O. Love this waterproof material. That's another thing. This actually has waterproof material. I could take this water and pour it all over here, and it's actually waterproof, easy to clean. Open it up. You could easily put, I would say, 1 jar with all the tears of the Subaru fans who are dying for a turbocharged Forester. Remember, once upon a time they did it with the Forester XT, and then the seats. Like I said, water resistant with the Subaru name stamped in the back. Love the way they did this design here. This looks really nice. This gold stitching, manual adjustments for the passenger. The good news is I have electric assist for the driver, and you get a panoramic sunroof with a power shade. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this Subaru. All right, guys, we're inside business time behind the wheel. You'll notice that you do have your seat controls easy to get to. And what's nice is you get special Subaru Wilderness all-weather protection, gives you an additional 5 extra horsepower. Seats are comfy. The best part is they're going to be easy to keep clean, especially when, you know, usually you're a dog person with a Subaru and you want to play in the mud with your dogs. You could get the mud all over you, get the seats dirty, and then they're easy to keep clean. Steering wheel, I love the leather, the gold stitching, the gold accent, flat black on the switchgear. You do have paddles to go through your simulated gears, and it is a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And all new, which I can't show you because I can't turn it on because we're at the show, is the 12.3-inch digital display. Now, if you saw my review of the WRX TS, it's the same exact 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, obviously with the gauges specific for the Wilderness. But let's get in the back seat and see if your passengers are going to be happy with this new Forester. All right, guys, back seat time, and you know what? You're going to get a lot of room in here, and even though it's just a compact, there is a ton of room. If you're asking me, well, Joe, what's a midsize? A midsize Subaru is the Ascent, and the Outback is even considered more of a midsize than the Forester, but there is plenty of room back here, lots of pockets. They know that people with Subarus like to go on adventures, so you could put all your maps, you could put your phone, all the different things, some gloves, maybe you have your favorite dog leash because you're going to bring your best friend with you, which is, of course, your dog. It's not a human. You can keep all of those things back here. We have a nice command center with rear AC vents, USB-C, USB-A. I'm sitting here and I'm telling you right now, the seats are comfy, lots of headroom, and very soft on the armrest with 2 cup holders. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in that cargo area and see what you could haul in a Forester Wilderness. All right, guys, cargo area time. You're gonna go ahead and hit the button. Nice electric assist. This is perfect for people that have 4-legged friends. You could easily put 2 labs back here or about 35 Chihuahuas with the amount of room that we have. You'll notice we have the Harman Kardon sound system subwoofer. This allows you to fold the seats down. Look at that. Easy peasy. Laura didn't even know I was gonna do that. I just surprised her. Let's see if this one goes down. It's not too bad, Lori. It's not too bad because look, we did it, and you have the ability to just bring things in and out. I like the way you could put a little dog bowl over here for your 4-legged friend, and you do have accessibility for a 12-volt. But these are the things that we like to bring to you here at the auto shows, is stuff when it's just so new, you're not gonna find one of these at your local Subaru dealership yet. And if you're wondering when are they gonna be available, you're probably expecting by the end of spring, beginning of summer. Nice to see though that they've continued with this Wilderness edition. It almost seems to be that this is what's taking the place of the STI. It's not so much about outright performance, it's about going on that adventure and going on that off-road path area. But let me know what you think. Is this the best new compact crossover that you want to buy? Let me know down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. Got to give it up to Lori Gibbons Raiti. She's working that camera. She's being as patient as possible, especially with me. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.